Hello. Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I'll be guiding you on this journey. And this journey is going to be a little bit different because we're going to do a look ahead to 2024. I've been doing these readings and every single one of them has been so effing cool. And I love the vibe that is coming through with them. So like I said, it's more of like an overview for the year. It could be energy that you're feeling now. It could be energy that you're, of course, looking forward to. So it is a 7-card spread, and I'll just kind of go through what those 7 positions are, and then I might put a key just on this side of the screen. Maybe, I don't know. I'll try it and see how it looks. And if it looks dumb, I'm not going to do it. So if you don't see it, then it looked dumb. But, and if you're like me, you may not even watch the actual video, but more just listen to it and do a bunch of other stuff or play games on your phone or something. That's what I do when I watch videos or listen to videos. So it may not matter to you anyway, unless of course you do actually watch the actual video instead of just listening to it. So the first position is clarity, what your personal theme for 2024 will be. The second position is a horizon, what you can expect in 2024. Third position is strength, how to harness your inner power. Fourth position is sunset, what you're leaving behind in 2023. Advice, the lesson that you learned in 2023 is the 5th position. The 6th position is the obstacle or challenge you'll face in 2024. And then lastly, the 7th position is navigation, and that's guidance for the year ahead. So that's what we're going to do this time around. And all right. So this is the reading for the 2-5 or the hermit heretic. If you don't know what your profile is, there's a link in my description below to get your human design body graph. It'll be one of many bits of information for you to discover about yourself and your design. But for the purpose of these readings, we're just going off of your profile. You don't have to be super duper familiar with human design for these messages to resonate with you. If anything, we might talk about strategy and authority, but even that is not going to affect the reading. So again, you don't even have to, if this is your first time hearing about human design and you're like, what the hell? Great. I'm glad to mention it to you, put it in your consciousness. And, being a heretic myself, I'm a 5-1 profile. Like, I have to do it differently. Like I was doing zodiac sign readings for a while and was just like, eh. So then I started doing zodiac and human design profile readings, and then my life dramatically changed. So then I got, kind of the guidance to, even going through my strategy and authority, it felt right to stick to doing human design readings. So ultimately, it's another avenue of receiving a message that's outside of zodiac, because not every 2-5 is going to be a Taurus. Not every 2-5 is going to be, a Capricorn or whatever. So anyway, I don't know why I felt the need to even explain that, but here we are. So I'm going to cut the deck twice. And we'll take the middle pile, and then we'll take the top 7 cards off of it. All right. 1, 2. All right, so your personal theme for 2024 is the Six of Swords. What you can expect in 2024 is the Four of Pentacles. How to harness your inner power is the King of Swords. What you're leaving behind in 2023 is the King of Cups. The lesson that you learned in 2023 is the Three of Wands. A challenge you'll face in 2024 is the Two of Cups. And overall guidance for the year ahead is the Tower. Okay. So, we start with the Six of Swords as your personal theme for 2024. And interesting, like, I just kind of feel all of a sudden, I feel this connection between the Six of Swords and the Tower. I haven't felt that way with any other reading. Granted, of course, the last position is the guidance for the year ahead. So it's kind of like an overall type of vibe, but it almost kind of feels like getting comfortable with constant change is how that's feeling. So the Six of Swords, swords have to do with our thoughts, ideas, our minds, There's a truth and honesty aspect to it, but like divine truth, objective truth. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to emotions, whether they're our stories or not, and whether they're true or not. But it becomes the reason why we do and don't do literally everything. And the Six of Swords, it says, all aboard, which it's time to write a new chapter. And the Six of Swords is about moving forward. And of course, we're talking about mentally, so, you could be moving. She's got her bags packed here. There's this boat. You could be going on a cruise. You could be traveling a lot, which, is constant change. Also, if you are, kind of constantly changing the location that you're working out of or that you're living out of. But it is about like mindset. It's allowing because traditionally the Six of Swords is moving from choppy waters to more peaceful, calm waters, right? So it could be like changing your physical location if that's what it takes. It could just be changing your perspective, changing your mindset around your situation. What you can expect in 2024 is the Four of Pentacles. It says, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. Now, again, traditionally, the Four of Pentacles talks about budgeting and discipline, but also like holding on too tight to what you have out of and then that creates a scarcity and lack mindset, which is when we move on to the Five of Pentacles. Now, pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our physical time. Like, what are we putting our physical time into? Where are we physically showing up in our lives? It's also our physical body and our health, our appearance, our, the inside, like the conditions that are not noticeable on the outside. It's interesting because that's the first time I've ever made that distinction when I talk about the Four of Pentacles or just Pentacles in general, because I always mention health with Pentacles, but I never like elaborate on that. So maybe there is, just some sort of condition or whatever that is, like needs to be addressed internally. I don't know. But in this depiction of the Four of Pentacles, it says, treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. So it kind of has this feeling about investing in yourself. Like nobody is saying to clear out your bank account to do something or, to purchase something. But it is like if there's something that you have an interest in that is going to aid in your growth, whether that's financial growth, personal growth, then that card is saying to do that. Allow yourself to invest in yourself. And two, like with these two cards, your personal theme and what you can expect in 2024, this could even be, again, like moving to a new location, finding something within your budget. And two, how, if it is investing in yourself in some capacity, again, it could be a course, it could be something that just interests you, it could be even, like taking this just came to me, but like taking one of those like ceramics courses at a rec center or something, like allowing yourself to invest in something even like that, where maybe you have an interest in it, it seems fun, it seems like something you would enjoy doing, but it's something new. It's like allowing yourself to have that kind of fun, really, is like how that's coming through. How to harness your inner power is the King of Swords. It says we can all learn important things from one another. Okay, yeah. I feel like I just said that kind of like, learning from somebody else, learning a craft from somebody else, taking a course in some capacity. It could be you, because this is a King of Swords. Kings are the highest expression of the suit. So, people would look to them for guidance. They would look to them to share their ideas, bounce opinions off of them. Again, swords having to do with our mind. The King of Swords is very like mentally clear. They know what they want to do. There's almost even like a calculated risk aspect to it. It looks like they're sitting, in an office or a library. They're sitting at this typewriter. This says time to write a new chapter. You could be writing a book or starting a blog or something that has to do with writing. It could be even just writing papers. Like maybe you'll have a thesis that you'll need to submit at some point. It could also even be a business proposal. This even feels like trying new ideas, because they have all of these products around them and they're all different too. So it could even just be making a decision on what you want to, even with it being Pentacles, like focus your energy on, focus your resources on. If it is a business proposal, it's like, what do you want your product to be, or what do you want the whatever it is that you're going to be selling, what do you want that to be? Also too, even, with this, the King of Swords being in how to harness your inner power, it is about resting on your knowledge, trusting your own intelligence and what you know to be true. But since it says we can all learn important things from one another, it could be finding a mentor or some sort of like networking group. It could even be writing a resume. I don't know if I said that already. What you're leaving behind in 2023 is the King of Cups. And it says, always compose yourself before giving a response. It's interesting that how to harness your inner power is the King of Swords, and what you're leaving behind is the King of Cups. Like intellect versus emotion. And it definitely does feel like the King of Swords is like, it's time to work. You know, it's like focusing your attention, focusing your thoughts even, and especially with the Six of Swords, right? It's mindset. So it's allowing yourself to think forward. So the King of Swords is like, no, we're going to get this done. Whereas the King of Cups is, you know, just taking their time, pouring their coffee, making a pour over, whatever that little, you know, device is called, taking their time in the morning, kind of fluttering around, you know. I mean, cups have to do with our emotions, love, you know, like what's our relationship to love, love of others, love of ourselves, love of our lives, right? Like, do we enjoy what we're doing with our time? Do we enjoy the things that we have in our lives? And again, with it being a king, it's a highest expression of the suit. So there's emotional clarity there. There's also a strong connection to your intuition. So it's almost like in 2023, maybe you reached a level of like mastery and recognition of how your intuition works. And also even too, like, you know, how your intuition benefits you and other people. So that's great, right? Like definitely needed. It was definitely necessary to do that. But now it's time to, like, you know, put a plan together. What are you going to do with that now? What do you want to do with it now? It can be just your life, right? And the lesson that you learned in 2023 is the Three of Wands. It says, put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or the other. I love that. Wands are action. It's the motivation behind the actions that we take. It's creativity, passion. You know, how are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? I also see Wands as being the suit of information, because that's what we get by trying things. We discover what works, what doesn't work, what do we like, what don't we like. And the Three of Wands, well, so we start with the Ace of Wands, which is that spark, right? It's something new. The Two of Wands is like, okay, what am I going to do with this new thing now? And it's, you start planning for the future. You start kind of mapping out, like, what are the possibilities? What are the actions that I can take towards this thing? How can I communicate it, or how do I want to express it? And the Three of Wands is when you actually start acting on those things. You start taking action. You start trying things. And with it being the lesson that you learned in 2023, it could be that you learned the importance of action. You learned the importance of trying things, because it's one thing to think about things in our head and brainstorm and all of that. But it's another thing to actually do something, to actually take action towards them, because how we thought about it in our minds, or what we thought the possibilities were, versus what actually happens when we take action on those things, can sometimes be different. But it's also, again, right, it's recognizing what you like and what you don't like, what works and what isn't working. So, and I love that they're holding this piece of paper to their heart. I haven't even noticed that before, and I've seen this card a few times. I thought they just were holding their hands at their heart, but there's this piece of paper in their hands, and they obviously look very happy about it. And it says you'll be rewarded one way or the other. So maybe, you know, in 2023, you did put yourself out there, and maybe you did get a positive response from what you are doing. Even, like what you're leaving behind being the King of Cups and the lesson that you learned. Because again, like I said, I think with the King of Cups, I already forgotten. It's only been like a couple minutes. But, the King of Cups is kind of like, relaxed and fluttering around, like I'm gonna, kind of do the things that make me happy and feel good, and maybe not, just kind of take my time. But the Three of Wands is that action on the things that bring you joy, even if it, we were talking about intuition a lot with the King of Cups. So maybe it was even just putting out there your with your intuition, like how your intuition works and how it can benefit other people. And again, there was some sort of positive response, or there will be positive response from even just doing that. And a challenge that you face in 2024 is the Two of Cups. It says some people are like the pumpkin to your spice. It's interesting that this is the card that shows up in the challenge you'll face in 2024, because like the Two of Cups is about making connections with other people. Some people see it as being like the soulmate or relationship card, and it can be, of course, right? Cups, our emotions, the Two of Cups, that's usually one other person. So we start again with the Ace of Cups. Our cup is full. We feel like we have enough energy, enough love to share with somebody else. So we move on to the Two of Cups. And both people come with their cup full. So with this being in the challenge position, you might just run up against people that they take more than they give. Maybe they try to take more than they give. So it's just about being cautious, being aware of like making sure that your energy is reciprocated. Not, like going so far as like being greedy or, like something like that, but like, just making sure that you're not being taken advantage of, not being a doormat. Also, even too, just recognizing that like not everybody is for you and you're not for everybody either. So the people who get it are going to get it. And the people who don't get it, it's not for them. And even if they voice that and they're rude or whatever, like, that just goes to show, and especially with you having a 2 and a 5 in your profile, both of those coming with projection in some capacity, it's like you have to allow that stuff to bounce off of you. I'm a 5-1. I don't know if I said that. I think I did actually at the beginning. So I was like, I don't know why I'm like explaining this, but so I'm a 5-1. So, I get the fifth line thing, and I've literally had to like come up with my own little like processes of energetic protection, because I'll either send the energy back to whoever it belongs to, like, and I have to tell myself that, and I have to like energetically feel that in my body. Like I have to feel that energy literally leaving my body, and I set the intention that it either goes back to whoever it belongs to for them to figure out, or it gets cleansed fully and is available in the ethers to whoever needs it whenever they need it. It's just cleansed energy available out there when whoever's like, I need the energy for whatever it is. Well, there, there's some cleansed energy out there for you when you need it. So again, right? And I'm only saying this because the Two of Cups came up in the challenge position. There could be some sort of challenge within partnerships, whether that is romantic or platonic or business. So just be aware of that. And since it says some people are like the pumpkin to your spice, with this being in the challenge position, It would kind of like be the opposite of that, right? It's like maybe they're not the pumpkin to your spice, or maybe you're not the spice to their pumpkin, right? So, and that's okay. We don't have to be everybody's pumpkin, right? Then the guidance for the year ahead is the Tower. It says, get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. So again, like I was saying at the beginning, I feel like the Six of Swords and this Tower card are very much connected because, the Tower card is talking about things getting shaken up. The Six of Swords is saying it's time to write a new chapter. So, the Tower card can be like a bit uncomfortable-ish, but the Tower is only going to affect the things that are no longer serving in our lives, which can be uncomfortable, right? If we allow it to be. But also in this depiction of the Tower card, usually in the Tower card, there's a tower that's been struck by lightning and there's people falling off of it, right? So it's very much like the imagery of being involved in the crumbling, right? Whereas in this depiction of the Tower card, this little girl is watching her treehouse, unfortunately, be struck by lightning and it's on fire, but she is safely inside. So it's like it's allowing yourself to be an observer and not a participant. And also, even too, like I said, like recognizing that the Tower is only going to affect the things that are no longer serving. So if there are relationships in your life that end, they were no longer serving your highest purpose anyway. And you would probably recognize that sooner or later anyway, once the energy of that relationship has been kind of cleared out of your aura. And I feel like too, like being a fifth line, and I don't know if it's different for like a body fifth line versus for me, it's a conscious fifth line. The amount of friend groups I've been through in my lifetime, I can't even tell you. There's been a few big shakeups in my life as far as friend groups and even relationships go, like romantic relationships. But also like, and of course, being in it, it sucked. It was hurtful. It wasn't like, I was more devastated by the loss of the friendship or relationship than I was about like the reason behind it, right? So it's like mourning a loss, right? Which I feel is so important to do. But also like going through the mourning process, or like when I finally kind of got through the, what emotional part of it, I did. In every single situation, 100% of the time, I was like, you know what? That relationship wasn't even really that healthy anyway. I don't even think that person actually even liked me. I think we were probably codependent in some capacity, and which is not healthy. And yeah, it sucks, but also like now I don't have that energy following me around, because this too also feels like releasing something that is like holding you back. Because like is she too old to be, and I don't want to say, okay, I don't want to say like, there's well, let me just say what I was going to say first before I start putting disclaimers on it. But it's like, is she too big to even be playing in this treehouse? Has she even been playing in this treehouse for the last 2-3 years, 5, whatever years? Right? But it's just been sitting there getting weathered, and nobody wants to address it because it took a lot of work to get it even into a treehouse. It's going to take just as much work to take it down or to change it or whatever, right? So again, like that's what the Tower is going to do. It's going to take out what is not helping you move forward. So I hope you catch my meaning with that. Like, I think we all should have like a playful heart and like, kind of keep that childlike innocence type of thing. But also like if if there's something in your life that is just there because it's there and you don't have the energy, you don't care to address it, it's going to come up. One way or the other. It could just be something that quickly is dealt with. Like a strike of lightning, and you're just like, oh, okay, well, that's that then. And that is that. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.